Finally, a genuine single-walled, watertight chamber system, larger working area, unique tried and tested modular tank lid fittings and all-round value engineering makes the Atlas Mono the natural choice for all types of fueling stations. The square Atlas inner lid needs to be lowered into position over the up-facing 16mm stainless steel studs. It's important to note that the inner lid is installed in the correct position. This is achieved by lining up the markings on the lid with the markings on the chamber. A fully comprehensive chamber layout drawing is supplied with the fittings. M16 washers and nuts are used to bolt down the inner lid to the tank flange. Use a maximum torque of 35 pounds, tightening the nuts using an industry standard cross-bolt tightening sequence. Once the inner lid is secured, fit the module base gaskets to the required positions, and then fit the vent, suction or stage 2 modules. Once again using 16mm washers and nuts. Make sure a torque wrench is used and a torque of 35 pounds is adhered to. Once the modules are fitted, blanking plates can be fitted by the same method to any unused positions. These positions can be used for any future additions to the chamber setup. After fitting the smaller modules, the larger offset fill module can be fitted to the pre-marked position. PE 100 polyethylene stubs should now be fitted to the modules to allow for connection to the site pipework. These stubs should be secured to the module by means of the backing ring gasket and M16 bolts, nuts and washers. As with the base modules, a torque of 35 pounds needs to be applied to these connections, along with the recommended cross-bolt tightening pattern. As with the smaller vent suction and stage 2 modules, the same procedure needs to be applied to the offset fill unit. Once the modules are secured and the polyethylene stubs have been bolted into position, the pipe entry boots can be fitted onto the stainless steel mounting studs around the pipe entry positions. The pipe entry boots are locked into position by the boot backing rings and are secured to the wall of the chamber with M10 nuts and washers. The same torque reference of 35 pounds should be used. At the unused wall positions, wall blanks and gaskets are fitted to ensure a watertight seal. These positions can be used at a later date if alterations or additions to the tank chamber are required. The mono and tank is now delivered to site and lowered into the excavation. The tanks are backfilled and then the pipework can be run to the relevant chambers. At this stage, all that's left for the installer to do is to slip the electrofusion couplers onto the pre-assembled polyethylene stubs, push the pipework through the entry boots and into the coupler until the pipe hits up against the stoppers. The couplers and pipe is then fused and the boots are secured to the incoming pipe via stainless steel Jubilee clips. The gauge installers can then fit the 3-inch gauge riser in preparation for the tank gauge probe. The riser unit is sealed with a liquid vapor-tight cam lock fitting. The Atlas Mono Tank Chamber System, the #1 choice of the majority of oil companies and supermarkets. The Atlas Mono. Innovation, reliability, flexibility and unbeatable value all in one package.